All my friends, Gary Goes and fellow poets, welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Hello, Danny. Hello, Mitch. Hello, Raven. And yes, Nightbot. Yeah, I set that up as a little bit of a joke, but it was a bit premature. I don't know if Nikki's here just yet. So, that kind of flopped. So I disabled it. I'll enable it again when Nikki gets here. Hey, Doreen, the sun's come out again. Thrilled to be with you guys. Yes, the sun is here. I see Nightbot is off and away. Yeah, the sun has been lovely today. I even did a little bit of gardening. Started to work on my little bit of grass because it got very overgrown during the. We're not gonna have a. Oh, hang on. I gotta enable it. I gotta enable it. Oh gosh, Nightbot is going crazy. I need to spread those out a little bit better, but let me just enable this again for Nikki's sake, and then get back to the stream. Hello, Nikki. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. There it is. Okay, Nightbot might be spamming the Nightbot might spam the chat. Let's see how it goes. If he does spam the chat, then we'll put him on a timeout. I'll have to redo all the timing. But yes, hello everyone. So good to see you. While it's been while it was cloudy, I muscled through clutter in the attic. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, Nightbot. There you go. There you go. What was I saying? Yeah, I did some trimming of the grass. I'm going to do a bit more tomorrow if it's still nice. I fed the roses. I got 3 roses in the garden, so I put some food down for them. I need to put some more compost in one of them, in one of the pots. Yeah, it's been a nice day. It's been a nice day. I had another bad weekend where I didn't eat anything and I just was in my bed all day yesterday. And I was really missing you guys. I almost did a spontaneous live just to talk to you guys because I missed you, as sappy as that might sound. But don't forget to hit that like, guys. Oh my God, we got 5 people watching and only 2 likes. Smash that like button. You guys know how it goes. Hey, Dazzle, welcome to Conversing with Poets. Want to come do ours too, Adam? Oh, definitely. I don't mind, but I have to get mine under control first. Um, and my hot tub area, I need to do some repairs because we've had some really bad winds and storms this winter. So I need to do that. But yeah, absolutely. I don't mind. If it's nice, I can get lost in gardening. I don't mind. Oh, lovely. I thought I'd bring Jack Skeleton out today because he hasn't been on stream for a little while. He hasn't appeared on stream for a little while, so I miss. Do you know what? That's another thing I was thinking yesterday. I miss Halloween. I wish it was Halloween again. I love October. Our winter was quite mild. Oh, you're lucky, Doreen. You're lucky. We've had a very miserable winter. But when was it? Like early January, I think it was. We had a couple of storms. We had some flooding here. But the winds got quite bad. Gardening makes my soul feel great. Yeah, especially when the sun's out and everything's nice and bright and green and you got the speakers and the music going. It's nice. How was everyone's weekend before we get started? We need at least one more like before we can get started, guys. We got 7 people watching and only 4 likes, at least on my screen. So we need at least one more. Let's hit 5 before we get going. It is always Halloween in my house. That is awesome. I love that. I love that. I wish it was always Halloween in my house. Yo, I'm new. I do something called commentary. It's poetry and comedy put together. Well, hello, Mr. CJ Stalk. Um, unless it's Mr. Uh, unless it's a whole name, in which case I have no idea how to pronounce that. So please do put it in the chat. But welcome to your first Conversing with Poets. Had shows all week. Nice. Congratulations on being fully booked. That's awesome. That's awesome. That sounds cool. Commentary. Very nice. All right, we've hit 9 likes, 9 viewers, 9 likes. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. Weekend, great. Nice mix of busy and relaxing. Experimenting with intermittent fasting too. I like it. Nice. I wish I could say that's what I was doing. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Intermittent fasting. No, I'm just starving myself because I'm an emotional wreck. But it's okay. I need to start getting back into the gym and eating my 3,500 calories a day. It's a lot. You got it. Right. Thanks. Awesome. CJ Stork. Okay, cool. Did I miss anyone on the chat? We're quite busy tonight. That's good to see. It's good to be busy, guys. We're growing. We're growing. Working yesterday and we went on a bike ride to Box Hill. Nice, nice. That's cool. I really like Newlands Corner. Have you ever been to Newlands Corner? Weekend was good. Been sorting through the materials for my little business. Finished formatting my first collection and started mending the garden from the storms. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you, Nikki. I hear you. Awesome. Awesome on collecting the materials, and even more awesome on finishing the formatting of your first collection. And I just need to check that I didn't miss anyone. It's always Halloween. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. And my dad at Box Hill. Nice, nice, nice. I spent Saturday working on an oil pastel painting. Nice. I actually just something came up on my Instagram where someone did a really cute piece of art with pastels, and it was like one guy, the guy on this side, the girl on this side, holding hands, and half of it was in daylight, half of it was at midnight. It was really nice. It was really nice. Mitch's phone is having funny moments, so excuse his typos. No worries, all good. I signed up for open mic this Thursday via Zoom. Nice, Doreen. That sounds awesome. No, I've never even heard of it. You've never heard of Newlands Corner? Wait, now I'm second guessing. Now I'm second guessing myself. Is it Newlands Corner? It's not too far from Box Hill, I don't think, he says. Now I'm second guessing myself. It doesn't sound right now in my head, Newlands Corner. So today's live stream, we're going to be talking about memory and the importance of memory in poetry. Newlands Corner, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. When you got a second, Google it. 10 likes. Awesome. Nice one, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we're just about ready to get started. So yeah, we're going to talk about um, memory in poetry and different aspects of that and the importance of memory and what that actually means. Memory in poetry. I think more so for poets, I guess, than anything. Poems are almost like photos, right? Poems can act as photos because they're almost like a capture, like a capturing a moment in time and a memory. So you might write a poem uh, about a specific time or a specific memory, and that might, that might connect with however many people around the world, but it's never going to connect as deeply and as personally as it will with the poet. So what do you guys think? Obviously poems are never going to be um actually, could poems be more personal than a photo? Could poems be better, in fact, at capturing a memory than a literal photograph? What do you guys think? Because I just had that thought as I was going along. Like, yes, a photo will be easier. It's just like done, bish bash bosh, right? And you've got that memory forever. Um, Nightbot. It's going to take some time getting used to just ignoring Nightbot. Sorry, Nightbot. I mean, I don't ignore you. my son. um, whilst the camera, it's quick and easy and instantaneous, especially if you've got a Polaroid. Bang, done. It's printed for you right there and then. I think a poem is a much better way of capturing a memory. What do you guys think? Because you can go so deep with it, right? I love that idea of poetry capturing more than a photograph. Yeah, I just kind of realized that as I was talking. A poem is a far better way of capturing a memory than a photograph. Yes, it's obviously more time consuming, but there's so many deeper levels to a poem than a photograph where it's just like literally a two-dimensional printout, I guess. Not to knock photographs. I love photographs, obviously, I love the iPhone, and Android probably do it too. But I love the sort of little videos that come up from your album, and they put it to song as well. But there's something about poetry, right? Is It's much deeper and far more personal. I think I've said this 100 times, but all my poetry is based on memories. It started as therapy in lockdown, and now I look at my finished collection as a journal almost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember you saying that. So this is actually, I'm glad that you're here, Nikki, because I'm also going to touch on like the historical and cultural side of this as well later on in the stream. And we know you're our local historian, you're our stream historian, which I love so much. Um, yeah, I agree. And poems really can be spiritual. Yeah, 100%. When you're actually living that moment or appreciating a moment as precious, your poem is bringing attention to a beautiful moment. It's so true. Yeah. Photographs capture a moment, poems capture a memory. I like that. I love that, Nikki. Hey, Garage, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're well. How was your weekend? Hi, Jeff. Hey, is Nightbot being a naughty boy again to Nikki? I'm seeing all these messages retracted. Is he bullying you, Nikki? Or are you doing that yourself? Hi, Doreen. Hi, Raven. Hi, Nikki. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So, as you're just joining us, Jeff, we're just talking about memory and like the importance of memory in poetry. And we're just kind of, I just sort of riffing at the moment. I was talking, and then a thought came to me about poems actually being a better way of storing memories and moments in time than a photograph. Yes, it takes more work, where like a camera you just press a button and there you go, you've captured your moment in time, your memory. But poems can have so many other levels to them than the two-dimensional just image, right? So we're kind of just talking about that at the moment. Oh, good so far. That's good, Jeff. I'm glad you're having a good weekend so far. Oh no, I kept trying to tag Garage to say hi and effing it up. Oh, really? Who has that bloody exhaust? I don't know if this mic picks it up. This mic does a fantastic job of cancelling out all the background noise. So I don't know if you can hear that, but I got a great big exhaust going off next to me. I have my eye on you, Nikki. No caps. We can probably disable that now that I've made that joke. Game on. Cannot hear the exhaust. All good. Wow, this mic is so good. You know those exhausts where people open them up and they sound like bloody. I don't know what they sound like, but love. Oh, thanks, Nightbot. I'm gonna have to spread these out a little bit. Let's disable the Nikki one because that was just as a little joke. Let's spread this one out a little bit more because that's definitely not been 15 minutes. I don't think, anyway. Okay. Hopefully that will be less frequent now. Back to the stream. A photograph captures moments, how they are. Poems capture how you feel about them. Yeah. Poems capture the emotion of the moment, right? Pictures capture the image, poems capture the emotion. I have a poem for my friend who passed away. Memories and remembrance are key to a fair amount of my poetry. That's beautiful. I'm sorry for your loss, Jeff, but that's beautiful. I'm glad you managed to capture your time together in a poem. Yes, hello, Chasey. Sorry, I didn't even notice you pop in. I just saw your comment. Hello, Chasey. Chasey, welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Good to have you here. We're just talking about memory in poetry and the role memory plays in poetry. Love that moment on the phone on a BIS, on a BIS call. Oh, business call, and the other person's dog barks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know they're working remote. Love dogs. Yeah, absolutely. There's some great stuff from COVID time. Thank you so much for those hearts, by the way, guys. You're awesome. Um, there's some great videos from COVID time, isn't there? Where like dogs or kids run in and disrupt like news reportings and stuff. It's cool. It's funny. Yeah, I know it was an obvious observation, really. What's that? A photograph captures moments, how capture how you feel about the moment. No, 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 no. It's not an well, I wouldn't say it's an obvious observation. As I say, I only kind of riffed on this as I was talking, the thought came to mind. Hi, Adam, and all the poets. Hi, Herb. Hi, Mythical Meter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have my little whiteboard next to me, by the way. I've got 4 different bullet points. And the next bullet point is memory and emotion. And I can't remember why I put that. I can't remember why I put that bullet point down. As you can see, maybe, hopefully, probably. Memory and emotion. Why did I put that down? The cat filter during a court case hearing was a particular lockdown highlight for me. I didn't see that. Did that happen? Hello, Raven, Nikki, Tracy, Doreen. By the way, keep up the good work, Mythical Meter, on the Glopo Rimo. I know I didn't post a prompt yesterday. Sorry, I was in a dark place again, but I did post a prompt this morning. So we're heading into week 3 of Glopo Rimo tomorrow. How crazy is that? Week 3 already. The start of week 3 already. It's insane. I can't believe that we've been doing these. We've been doing these streams for 4 months now. It feels like it's only been 4 weeks. It feels like it's only been a month or two. 4 months we've been doing these streams. I really like the idea that we can make something beautiful out of a memory. Let's face it, we often are inspired to write by painful times. At least with a poem, you have the chance to make beauty. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Thank you, Nikki. That's absolutely correct. I don't know why I've got memory and emotion as a bullet point. I can't remember why I put that down. But I guess we've kind of already spoken about it in terms of how poetry, memory, poems that are written from for memory and for that sake of remembering, of course, it's also going to capture that emotion. Any good poem, well, I'm getting tongue tied now. Most good poems will capture some sort of emotion inside of it. unless it's something about jam. Unless you, why is Nightbot? Okay, I'm gonna have to fix Nightbot. I don't know why he's talking so much. I'm gonna have to spread them out. I thought I already had. I can't believe I haven't managed to do anything with Glopo. It seems every time I try a Nano thing, my life hits the blender. No worries, Nikki. I've written 3 poems for Glopo, and then I was just like, I threw up my white flag, and I just said on the discussion, uh, I just said on the discussion thread, like, I'm just gonna cheer you all on from this point onwards because I'm so far behind now. Lockdown created many memorable moments. It sure did. It sure did. It come up on my YouTube, recommended that council meeting. Don't know if anyone remembers that council meeting that was just like chaotic and they all started arguing and the woman kicked out the chairman or something like that. That just randomly popped up on my YouTube the other day. I think it was even yesterday when I was just laying in bed doing nothing. It was an enjoyable watch. Glopo, give yourself credit for all you do. Free write, reading poetry, editing, building a routine even. Is that to me? That's the one thing I don't do is give myself credit. That's why I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't do. I feel like pictures and poems complement each other, as the picture will jog your memory of the event and the poem will describe the picture, emotions, etc. Yeah, absolutely. The parish council one? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Danny. And if you're ever thinking of printing pictures, which I think is so important, guys. I think it's really important to have that physical picture. I've said it on stream a couple of times. Mitchell's just WhatsApped me. I said it on stream a couple of times where I deleted my Facebook, not deactivated it, fully deleted it, and now I haven't got any pictures from my teens to my from my teens to maybe my I don't know when I actually deleted it, probably about 26, 27. So for a good 12, 13 years of pictures are just completely gone. Unfortunately, when I write about memories connected to emotions, they are bad memories, rarely from good memories. Yeah, that tends to be what us poets do, isn't it? We tend to veer towards the darkness uh, instead of the light. Oh, so true. I've been writing down ideas, lines, titles, etc. for my next collection. Just not being able to sit down and really work at a poem. It takes me a long time to get into the headspace. Yes, I believe it was Mark said something over on the Glopo Rimo discussion thread. Believe it was Mark. How he's been watching documentaries when things sort of dry up. I find that helps me too. Um, if I need to like start feeling inspired, I'll watch a load of documentaries about poets, and it kind of tends to spur me on. Tends to spur me on. And just think when you do get a sit, you'll have much to draw from. And when driving around, you get more ideas to add. Yes. Okay, let's bring our stream historian in. I mean, Nikki, you're already in. You're already very much taking part of the stream. Thank you so much. Um, but let's talk about like if we're talking about memory and the importance of memory in poetry, then naturally it's going to have a huge part to play when it comes to like historical significance. Look at all look at Shakespeare, look at Poe, look at Dickinson, look at Kerouac and Ginsberg, not so far away. Um, the historical importance of poets capturing memories. What do we have to say about that? And I'm sure Nikki will be able to help us out with that. This is true, Nikki. I tend to write a lot of dark poetry. Uh, but that can be a good thing, even if only because others can relate or gain comfort. Sorry, guys. I was doing so well, and now, as I say, it's been a bit of a roller coaster this weekend again. So I think I'm just a bit tired, but it's okay. Someone said it might be because I have a candle behind us, and there's probably something to say for that as well. Poor oxygen. If only because relate, try and gain comfort. Some of the most beautiful songs are the saddest subjects. Yes, that is very true. Also, I'm pretty sure I did some research into this and figured out the answer for this, but I've forgotten it. But I've forgotten it. Something about the brain, something about the brain remembering negative memories and emotions more over positive. But I don't know if that's true because when you when you've broken up with a partner after a significant amount of time, you tend to forget the bad stuff and just think about the good stuff, and that's when you get into trouble and you start missing them, and it opens a whole can of worms. But there is a psychological reason why I think, but it was a while ago. I got your chapbook in the mail the other day. Oh, awesome, Jeff. That's great. I was wondering if the ones that got shipped over to the States, I was wondering if they had started to arrive. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. I hope you find something in there that you can connect to. This is true. I tend to write a lot of dark poetry. Sending you a hug. We're all sending each other a hug. The thing I love about personal text, which includes poetry, if we can learn so much, is if we can learn so much, what is acceptable, what isn't, what people prioritize, how they speak. Yes, it's a way of looking back and conversing with the past. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We learn more from pain than pleasure. As a creature, we are hardwired to learn from things that hurt us. It's why they linger. There you go, Nikki. Thank you. Thank you. We learn more from pain than pleasure. As a creature, we are hardwired to learn from things that hurts us. It's why they linger. Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of survival instinct to that. Um, how often that's the best stuff. Often that, oh, hawk, sorry, not owl. Often that's the best stuff. That shouldn't say is, not if. Yeah, no, and I think that should say should. Yeah, Nikki retracted. Yeah, no worries, Nikki. I got you. I got you. I got you. Don't panic. It's all good. Um, yes. Also, guys, if someone gave you should say is, not if, I got you. I got you. Also, guys, if someone put a history textbook in front of you and someone put you a collection of poems all around a significant time period, say COVID, say the Great Depression, say World War One. There's some fantastic war poems from World War One. I would imagine it is. I don't know. I don't know. It is my opinion that it might be more likely that one would learn from the poetry collection more so than the textbook. Yes, the textbook can teach you all the formalities and stuff, but the poetry book, the book of poems from a certain time period, is going to just tell you far more about what it was like to be a human during those times than a textbook, I think. And that's why it's always important, I think, of documenting memories about specific things during a specific time, if that makes sense. That's why I think it's important. That's why, I don't know, am I going too far? Nikki, you'll tell me off, you'll slap my wrist, and then I'll set Nightbot on you. But am I going too far as to say that poets can, and in my opinion, to a certain degree, should play the part of historian in some ways. So if you ever have an idea for a poem about society, or if you ever have an idea for a poem about a significant event, I think it's important to get that poem down. Okay, I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to space Nightbot out. It's like reading letters from the past. You get such a feel for the person and the world they are living in. Exactly. Thank you, Nikki. I'd rather read poetry any day than a history book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was just using that as an example. Yeah. I think you'd learn so much more about what it was like during a certain period of time through a collection of poems from that period of time over like I don't know, textbook, history textbook, or a whatever history book. Yes, unless the history book also included oral history interviews. Yes, of course, yeah. But with so much text, people like small bits of text. Yeah. And don't forget, I would imagine that most historians, oh, I don't know, I'm just talking out my arse, I guess. Uh, I would imagine that there is a huge part of being a historian, say you're a historian gathering information to write a book. I would imagine part of that research would probably come from reading poems of the period, or reading, as you say, letters of the period. History is written by the victors. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. I think that's a really good way to look at it. There is a link between politics and poetry. I love reading war poetry and protest poetry. Yeah, often that's much more interesting to me than love poetry, although love and poetry are inescapably intertwined. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Nikki. Yes. You absolutely need to read wide for a specific period in time and get all accounts. I think that's true for everything. Everything. Politics, even today's politics, read widely. There's a new website out, and I keep meaning to pay more attention to the advert so I can actually get this website. But there's a website out there that will give you all the day's news articles, and it will also tell you whether it leans to the left, whether it leans to the right, or whether it's, in the middle or whatever. But it's important to read widely on any subject that you're really genuinely interested in. You should read widely. You should get all points of view, as Herb says. My US history professor said we don't really understand history for at least 100 years. Maybe poetry gets us there much sooner. There's some brilliant lectures on Gresham Uni's YouTube. Yes, I think you've told me about this before, and I was supposed to write it down, about the Romantic poets, where they discuss the impact of life and the world on the poet and their art. Let me read that again. Where they discuss the impact of life and the world on the poet and their art. Yeah, of course, of course. Poets are inspired by the world around them. You can learn so much from this form of art. Yeah, I don't know, I'm biased, right? Because I'm a poet, but I really think poetry is the most profound form of art. And I know people are going to laugh at me for saying that, but there's just so many dimensions to it, so many levels, so many different aspects, so many ways to utilize it. I'm surprised it sort of diminished, and I'm pretty sure we're still on the rise, and I think there's still a lot to come for poetry. Genuinely feel that. Um, I think we're just getting started in terms of the rise of poetry. But again, maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm projecting, but Uh, True to the Bone. Doreen, True to the Bone. Yeah. Oh, the 100. Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip over that. I read it and said I was going to come back to that. So thanks for reminding me, Herb. My U.S. history professor said we don't really understand history for at least 100 years. Maybe poetry gets us there much sooner. I think poetry plays a huge part. This is what I mean. I think historically, in a historical context, I think poetry plays a huge part in kind of piecing the puzzle together for historians and what have you. With politics, I always say follow the money. Who stands to benefit from the rhetoric being put out? A website that sounds really handy for those new to the topic. Yeah, I think it's not just new to the topic. I just think it's a good little, a handy little indicator of how many articles you're reading that leans one way or the other. But yeah, for fear that Nightbot will hunt me down. He's been quiet. He's been quiet. I think he's on his way to you now. He saw those cap locks a little bit earlier and he was like, bam. More like Robocop. Yeah. Yeah, right. Oh man, I wish that'd be fun. I wish I could customize him and give him like a Robocop profile picture. I do have to figure out how to space him out a little bit better because he goes quiet for a long time and then just there's two messages and then goes quiet for a long time again. So we'll have to figure out how to space him out a bit better. Captain QWERTY. Okay, so we're kind of I've got one last bullet point on my whiteboard, and hopefully we can make it last for 20 minutes. If not, it's fine. We'll you know how these things go. We just play it by ear. And then part two, I don't know what you guys want to talk about for part two. So get your thinking caps on. But what was I going to say? Sensory memory. Let's talk about sensory memory. Can you capture sensory? Because they say the senses, right, can really, really put you back. And it's true. Like if you get a whiff of something, or if you hear a song or a taste, can really take you back and put you in the moment. Can poems capture that though? As much as you can describe that sense, does it really does sensory memory play a part in poetry? I don't know. I'm just trying to. Has anyone ever read a poem where a sense has been used or described and you've really kind of felt it? I don't know if I have. I'm trying to think if I've ever read something and it's really kind of activated that sensory memory. Can it be done? I don't know. I've never experienced that, I don't think. But maybe one of you guys have. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think of the pink LED in the background? Thank you to the channel members. Uh, we were on a okay, so we were on a stalemate. I put out a membership poll to see what those guys wanted us to kind of steer towards and invest the membership money into, and it was of course it was at a stalemate uh, between equipment, more on the hunt videos, or starting a brand new series that was that in my head that it's in my head and it was inspired by a TV show made by Sky Arts, or at least Sky Arts show. I would imagine they must have commissioned it. it was basically called Great British Art Walks. It was the host and then a guest. So they had Helena Bonham Carter on there. They've had Billy Connolly on there. They've had a few people, and basically, the guest tells the host who their favorite painter is. And then what they do is they go to like the town they were born in, they go to all the different locations that inspired like big pieces of art by the artist, basically just retrace their the steps of their lives. And I thought that would be really cool to do in the poetry world. So like great poetry walks or something. I don't know if I've spoken about this on the channel, but it's an idea I've had for a long time, but it would need a budget to it, just like On the Hunt. Anyway, so those were the three options, and three people voted for one of each. Of course they did. So the light was the first step into better equipment. But then I checked the poll again today, and a fourth person has voted. So we do have a very clear direction in which we're going to go with the channel. We explain what that is, Doreen. Has anyone ever had the Proust Madeline moment? It's intense and grand. Yeah, what is that, Doreen? I've never heard of that, but it sounds like I want to give it a go. Absolutely, you can. Okay. A writing mentor I had used to say smells and bells were the core to immersing a reader in their work. Using sensory details can be a really impactful tool. Interesting. Okay. As I say, I've never personally read a poem where it's really strongly activated my senses. But I'm glad that it can be done. I'm open to it. I just wanted to see what you guys had to say because it's my last bullet point. Can you capture sensory memory and ignite sensory memory in a poem? I've written poems about smelling cinnamon and being whisked back in time to my mum making homemade cinnamon rolls. Oh, that's nice. Sorry, I'm trying to battle a yawn as I'm reading that. That's nice. Have I ever? I don't know if I've even ever had a cinnamon roll. Can you guys believe it? Aromas. Yeah, me too, Herb. Me too. I find it difficult to write about aromas. Me too. Take a look at Wikipedia about Proust had a moment while having tea and a Madeleine and assigned this huge immersive memory moment to it. I've had two of them. Very good. It stops you in your tracks in a great way. I'm going to read that on stream for anyone else who is a little bit confused. Mitch, if you're still here, I will talk about that at the end of the stream. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. I don't know if you're still here, but I will talk about that at the end. What am I doing? Oh yeah, Proust something. Proust. Was it Proust? Proust moment. Hang on. Oh, Proust Madeline. There it is. No, I'm just getting a cake come up. What am I Googling? Has anyone had Proust Madeline moment? Okay, Proust Madeline moment. Sorry, guys, you've probably Googled this way before I have. You're probably thinking, hurry the hell up. Involuntary memory. Okay, I think it's this. Involuntary memory, also known as involuntary explicit memory, involuntary conscious memory, blah, 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 and most commonly involuntary autobiographical memory. How many names does this thing have? Is a subcomponent of memory that occurs when cues encountered in everyday life evoke recollections of the past without conscious effort. Voluntary memory is opposite, is characterized by deliberate act. Yes, I have had that. I have had that. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, but in poetry, in poetry form. Can you get that through poetry? Can a poem capture That exact thing. Back when I shared my poetry on Instagram, the one that had the most engagement was one from a small series I called Exposed, which was about a too bright light in a memory I was writing about. Oh, nice. Okay, maybe that's the trick to get rid of them. Just inhale violently. When a particular scent conjures up a memory, I feel it's powerful. Maybe from a softie. Absolutely. No, it's true. It's true. You know, one of the smells that does that for me, just thinking about it now, is those small Dunkin' Donuts. I have a few memories connected to that smell. You know, the frying of donuts, that beautiful, beautiful smell. Cinnamon rolls are the best. Okay, you're on the TV. Oh my goodness, thank you, Danny. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about Sunday's open mic at the end of the stream. Let me just double check it is next Sunday. I might as well just talk about it now because I brought it up. Yeah. So, guys, if you remember a couple weeks ago, I said that there was an open mic I really wanted to try in Kingston, and there might be one Sunday a month that I'll have to miss. Well, that will be next Sunday, the 21st, I believe. So just keep that in mind, and I'll try and figure out another day to go live instead. Sounds a bit like triggering. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The memory floods into your mind. Oh, involuntary. Feels so cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have had that actually. As I say, Dunkin' Donuts is a big one for me, or just the fresh uh, frying of a donut takes me to lots of different places. Sometimes poems I've written evoke memories of where I was when I wrote it. Interesting. Interesting. That's actually really interesting. I want to talk about that a bit more, Jeff, because that's an angle I don't have on my little whiteboard, and we're at the end of my little board points. That's kind of fun. So not only can poems, there's an aspect that photographs might not have as well. Basically, poetry is king. So with photos, you've only got, you know, the memory that it's capturing because the memory associated to taking the photo will be exactly the same. But you could be writing a poem about a memory or a moment in time a little bit later on, right? And so you could even have a poem that captures a memory, but then you've also got the memory of writing the poem elsewhere. So you've got two memories attached to one poem. What do we have to say about that? I love poetry, if you hadn't guessed. Oh, we're conditioned to now. I was doing so well at beating these yawns. Oh, we were conditioned to now, as it's so attached to trauma responses. I missed something. I think of trigger as negative, right? Oh, we're conditioned to now, as it's so attached to trauma responses. But it doesn't have to be a negative. You can trigger a positive memory too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I like that. I like that because you're right, Doreen. I feel like the word trigger now has a negative connotation to it, and I guess the trigger of a gun isn't the best either. Uh, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Nikki. It doesn't necessarily have to have a negative connotation to it. Bread baking fills me with memories. Nice, nice, beautiful. That's cool, Jeff. I'll think of that for my poems. Thanks for that. That's so true. When I look at poems I drafted, especially in 2020, I remember being sat out in the garden in the early summer mornings, and it's another positive facet. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I've got a really great coffee shop near me that I used to go before my life spiraled. Um that I used to go to write like my scripts and my fiction, which I haven't done in years. I haven't done in years. I was writing a fantasy book, and it just fell to the side. But I'm doing so many awesome things now anyway, so it is what it is. It's a sacrifice I'm happy to have made. We love hearing your thoughts and opinions. Don't be shy. We won't bite. Just keep it respectful. There you go, Nightbot. Thank you. It's always the smell. Smell is a very strong one, right? Smell seems to be the smell seems to be the strongest one. Do you know what? I say that though, there's a sound for me. There's a sound for me. I don't know if it necessarily connects to just one memory, but when I hear seagulls, when I hear a seagull, I am transported straight away to Cornwall. You should go back there. Oh, I still go to the coffee shop. I love the coffee shop. I just don't go there to write now. I just walk there, have a coffee, and walk back. Um, I wonder if I can explore smell in a future chapbook. Do it. Why not do it? Smell and touch, I find. See, touch isn't. I don't pay much attention to touch. Interestingly, touch does nothing for me. But sound and smell, definitely. Taste, I don't know if I taste something and I'm reminded of anything. So touch and taste aren't a big sense, aren't big senses for me, but sound and smells, absolutely. As I say, when I hear a seagull, I am taken straight back to Cornwall as if I'm there. And I don't know if that's attached to a one specific memory or just the memory of being in Cornwall. Do you guys do what I do? I pull up sounds on YouTube while writing, editing poetry that may help me, like birds, typewriter clanking, a door closing, stuff related to my subject, of course. That's awesome. I don't. The only thing I kind of do is maybe set up like an ambience video. Sometimes I do that. Or if I'm writing a sonnet, I'll put on Elizabethan music because I'm obsessed with that. But no, I haven't like listened to doors slamming or typewriters clanking. That's interesting. But I definitely do ambience videos. Sounds like you could work on those senses. Yeah, I mean, can I ask if you don't mind? If you don't mind telling us, what is it about touch? That's such a difficult question, but like I never touch things. It never I don't touch things and it transports me somewhere. Do you mind if I ask like I suppose it's a stupid question. What's that like? It's a stupid question. It's exactly like when I hear seagulls, I don't consciously think of it. As Doreen says, it's an unconscious thing. But I find that very interesting because I've never felt something and like being taken back somewhere. If there's a song that relates to a memory, I'll play that on repeat. Oh yeah, songs. Yes, I do that as well, Nikki. When I hear ravens, I am transported back to my early 20s. Me and a group of friends used to go visit an old manor house in the woods, and ravens were always around. That sounds freaking awesome. I love that. I love that. That is so spooky. And I love spooky. Not a stupid question. I'm curious too. Yeah, I'm really curious by that. Really curious by that. I'm gonna have to start walking around town, like just feeling stuff. People are like, what's he doing? He's just stroking all these random things. I'm thinking as a kid being taped on the back or something like that. tapped on the back, sorry. Tapped on the back, something like that. I'm trying to think of a touch experience. Yeah. When you say touch, Nikki, if you don't mind me asking, when you say touch, do you think of a time where you touch something and that's it? Like you're not necessarily you touch something and you're taken back, but you think of touch. Because I can think in my head of things that I've touched that felt peculiar or whatever, or like a fluffy pillow. I can imagine the time I've kind of felt a particular fluffy pillow. Sure. But I've never like touched something and been taken back. Like when I hear seagulls, it takes me back, or when I smell Dunkin' Donuts or fried donuts, it takes me back. The texture of something can remind me of a memory. That's so interesting. For example, the feel of salt, etc., reminded me of sand. The beach was heavily present in a relationship I was in, and it would take me back there. That's so interesting. I've never had that before. I've never had that before. I love that. Because as I say, I can sit here and think about a fluffy pillow and how that felt, or sit here and think about a brick where I've grazed against a brick. Sure, I can do that, but I've never touched something and been reminded of a memory. I love that. That's so cool. That's so unique. Okay, guys, let's take a break. I need to plug my laptop in anyway. It's drained battery very, very quickly. And go and make another drink. I'm gonna have a chamomile this time. So let's take a 5 minute break as usual. When we come back, I have no idea what we're going to talk about. So get your thinking caps on. If you've got any poetry questions for me, if you've got anything to express and share with the group, please do. And uh, and one triggered memory leads to another. Yeah, that's true. That's true. A friend wrote a poem about her feet. How days later the feet still remembered how days later the feet still remembered the rough sand and stepping on shells at the beach a few days later. I was blown away by that. Wow, okay. Wow. Yeah, so I can like if I consciously think of something like standing on rocks and stuff, I can remember that feeling. But I've never, as I say, I've never touched or felt something and been reminded of a moment in time. Back of my hand, the smell of my back. It the small of my back. It can remind me of when he would do that when we were just friends and secretly together. Oh, wow. I love that. This is awesome. I've never experienced that, so I cannot relate at all, other than through a different sense. Okay, let's take 5 minutes, guys, and when we come back, we will be talking about some stuff. I don't know what that stuff is, though. Okay, we're back. What is going on? Did the camera move? Maybe the camera moved. Or maybe I've just moved. Sorry, guys. There we go. I don't know why I decided to sit like this, but I have. Let me just get myself sorted. So you might have heard of wardrobe change, but on this stream we do mug change. I know, guys, I'm weird. But thank you for being subscribed and thank you for watching. Okay, what are we saying in the chat? Hope you're doing well. Hey, MP Hunt. Long time no see. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. This is not comfortable. That's better. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. Oh, yes, I can see that too. Okay, I'm going to have to scroll up. Nightbot. You naughty boy. Hi, Adam. Same, but different, buddy. Wow. What? That's so true. I like it. I know. Train of memories. Where did we even get to? Oh my goodness, we don't normally have this much to catch up on after the break. Friend wrote a poem about her feet. Yes, we definitely covered the feet poem. That's so true. Chain of memories. Same, but different, buddy. Hi, Adam. Hope you're well. I find that smells and tastes are the biggest triggers to memory. Yes. Smells and tastes are definitely for me the biggest triggers for me. Then sound. No, sorry. It's because I'm late from the break. I kind of got a bit flustered. Hang on, tastes. So that's another one. So taste doesn't do it for me. Tastes don't do it for me. So Nikki's got the touch one. Nathan's got the taste one. Tell us a bit more about the taste, because taste for me does I don't. Again, same with touch. When I taste something, I don't kind of think of anything other than damn, this tastes good, or oh god, this tastes revolting. Especially music. Yeah, music is a big one. But texture is a rare one for me. Interesting texture. As in texture of food, I guess. The texture of the food? Or the texture of a surface. Nightbot being. I like this music. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I chose it because it made me think of like The Doors, and you guys know what The Doors did for me. So, this song reminds me of Depeche Mode. I can see that, Raven. It reminds me of the song Bull Black Nova by Wilco. Oh, yes, I can see that too. Mug change. Love it. Yes. Okay, we're all caught up. Mug change. Not a wardrobe change, but a mug change. We got chamomile for part two. Hope you're all doing well. Lately, cinnamon in my tea is helping me kick the sugar to the curb. Nice. I'm in for smell sound. Yes, smell, sound. Now I got to remember what my biggest ones are. Yeah, smell and sound for me, which includes music. Sound includes the music. How about texture of hair? Nope, never really. Nope, I don't think that's ever done it for me. Again, if I want to, I can think of a particular person's hair, I guess, and yes, I can distinctly remember what it feels like. But I don't think I've ever touched something and gone and been transported into a memory for me. So that's awesome that Nikki has that. And again, taste has never. Actually, hang on. Medicine, maybe. Maybe if you put some cowpole on my tongue, I would be transported back. Possibly. Possibly. I guess if it's a really distinct but rare taste. If it's distinct and rare, then possibly. Cowpole would be one of them, and probably some other nasty medicine like zinc tasting, metallic tasting blood. I think if I taste blood, maybe I get taken back to like when I used to do kickboxing and stuff. Maybe. Yeah, if I get like a busted lip, that'll take me back to like my fighting days, my like training days, I'll say. So actually, maybe there's something to that. It's certainly not my biggest sense. Nathan, if you have like pizza, like for me, maybe I'm just being naive, but like if you have like pizza, something that's like an everyday taste or a regular occurrence, perhaps, does it still transport you? Only certain tastes. Okay, here we go. Only certain tastes, usually quite strong tasting things like chunky chips, drenched in salt and vinegar, remind me of childhood holidays. Okay, a syrup sponge cake reminds me of Xmas's for some reason. Nice. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, medicines would be another one. Yeah. Smells and sounds are my biggest triggers. Mine too. Mine too, Raven. Mine too. Interesting. I'm very intrigued by that touch one though. Okay, pizza and then the feel of the burnt, oh, the burnt roof of the mouth. I get that on a weekly occurrence, and then like this is gross. I've said this before on stream. I know it's gross. You burn the roof of your mouth so bad that like an hour later there's like skin dangling. Like it's the way you've burnt it so much. Do you ever get that, Doreen, where the skin is like then dangling from the roof of your mouth? I do it all the time. I'm always burning my mouth. Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, I've moved on to the chamomile now. Oh, guys, I don't know if it's this stream. I don't know what if it's this stream, and so now I've got it on my mind. But we're talking about taste, so I've just been transported back to a memory through taste. You're savage, Adam. Sorry, guys. Sorry, it's gross, I know. But I do it all the time where I burn it so bad, like I put something piping hot that it literally burns the skin away. Anyway, yeah, so I've said this on stream before. I used to drink chamomile tea before going to bed and whilst reading. I used to do it every night as a routine without fail for about a year. And I haven't done it for a long time, for many years. I've been out of that routine for many years. And I just had a sip of chamomile and it took me back to laying in bed with a nice book, dim lights. So there you go. I don't know if it's the stream. I don't know if it's the stream or maybe it happens and I just haven't paid any attention to it. But I just had a sensory memory with taste with chamomile tea. So there you have it. I have done that a handful of times. It's gross and so sore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And usually you've burnt all your taste buds on your tongue as well, so you can't really eat. You can't taste for a few days. Yeah, it just sucks. And you'd think I'd learn my lesson, but I don't. I don't. I do it almost every week. It's just, I don't like this camera angle now because I've moved it up. I don't know what's going on. This one we hit the mic a lot better. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. What does it matter? What does it matter? So what are we talking about for part two, guys? I think we've done the importance of memory within poetry. And I think we had a good conversation about it. I think we've touched on some really good points tonight. So what's next on the agenda? This tea bag does not have any string attached to it. This tea bag has lost its string. When you guys make tea, do you guys take the tea bag out or do you just leave it to brew? I just leave it to brew. The stronger the better. The only taste that can spark a memory for me is Jack Daniels and Coke. I drank way too much of that in college. Nice, Raven. Yeah, that used to be my drink. That used to be my drink. I haven't had a drop of alcohol for over a year now. I would imagine I would imagine that a Jack Daniels and Coke would probably take me back to some places for sure. I leave it to brew. Both you and Matt are on at the same time. Oh, are we? Ah, okay. Yeah, last week we finished early because I was feeling really faint. I thought I was literally about to pass out. I literally thought I was about to pass out. I forgot to put my laptop on charge. I leave the tea bag in also. I leave the tea bag in. Okay, cool. I'm not the only one then. I'm bouncing. No worries, Jeff. Uh, we all feel like that sometimes, like we're our own worst enemy. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I I do it too often these days. Talk about a conflict of loyalties. Ah, you don't have to feel like you are forced to stay here. I can't see anything here. There we go. I'm supposed to do this in the break. Mitch, I like it when I go to old school sweet shops and get hold of some childhood bangers like cola cubes and fruit salad memories. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted trying to make sure my laptop don't die. Ooh. I like it when I go to old school sweet shops and get hold of some childhood bangers like cola cubes and fruit salad. Okay, do you know what? I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I said it in this string, can a poem hold sensory memory? And I through that I kind of thought, can text really do that? But Danny, you've just done it for me. Yeah, the old school sweet shops. Just reading that took me straight back to like the penny shops, and you could get sweets and the smell of like the licorice and the they weren't licorice. They were like gummy worms, but with like sour sugar. I don't know if they were sugar. Can you get sour sugar? But they used to be like pink and blue and the gobstoppers and the uh what were they called? Jawbreakers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. This I'm starting to get the whole sensory taste stuff. Yeah, beautiful. Love it. How about the memories when the spring finally returns? Those first love memories, bringing childhood, um, bringing childhood summer stuff back again. Good stuff. Yes, I suppose you're right. Yeah, haven't quite had that yet. Have I had that? I've just had sort of bits here and there where I've seen like trees starting to bloom, and it's just making me happy that spring is on its way. But when it kind of really gets kicking and the hay fever kicks in, probably I will probably start having like memories come back from the year before or recent springs. What? Dib dab? Sherbet dib dab is literally my childhood. What is a sherbet dib dab? Sherbet dib dab. Is that where you had like a lollipop, right? Oh my God, it's all coming back. You had like a lollipop And you dip it in the sherbet. Is that what that was? A sherbet dib dab? Baked bread takes me back, and the bread pudding and suet pudding smell. I know that Herbert said something about baked bread as well. Yeah, those first loves, spring first loves. Best times are when you get the taste of the sweets just randomly pop up in your mouth and then struggle to find them anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I know that in my little town, I know in my little town there is like an old traditional sweet shop in like glass jars and stuff. But I don't think I think that's like a novelty now, isn't it? Sweet shops are a novelty. I remember news agencies, you'd have your pick and mix. Oh, I can see my pick and mix as a child. Man, it was those crunchy toffee things that had like a sweet powder around them. I think they were called jawbreakers. No, jawbreakers were the big things like that. Maybe they were gobstop. Maybe they were called gobstoppers. That's very that's a very British. I just realized gobstopper and jawbreaker is basically the same thing, right? But I'm guessing jawbreaker is American. I'm guessing jawbreaker is American, but gobstopper is very British. For those who don't know, your gob is your mouth. You like shut. If I said shut your gob, it'd be like shut your mouth. Gobstopper. But does anyone remember those that I'm talking about? They weren't as big as jawbreakers. Jawbreakers were like about this big. These ones were just really hard toffee with it like a sugary coating around it. Yes, the red lollipop and the sherbet. That's it. Or the one where it had two flavor sherbets. Yes. Oh man. I haven't thought about these for so long. And an edible dipping stick. I haven't thought about these for so long. It's pronounced suet. Oh, okay. Pudding. Suet pudding. Takes me back to when my nan was alive. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I can still talking about smells. I can still remember the smell of my nan's apartment, and I can definitely still remember the smell of my granddad's office because he was a big tobacco pipe smoker. Constantly, constantly. I can remember the smell of their apartments or their flats. I love the smell of decay in autumn. In yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, like the rotting leaves that are like damp and yeah, reminds me of jumping in leaves after Dad had raked them into a pile. Beautiful, beautiful. I loved going to the penny candy store when I was a kid. Yes, yes. And what? Blank Marge? Blank Mangy? That's so English. Blank Mangy? No, what? Blank Marge? I don't know. That pink wibbly stuff. I hated it, but the smell reminds me of summer evening barbecues with my cousins. Nice. Nice. I'm trying to think, do I know what that is? Pink wibbly stuff. I'm not sure if I know what that is. Yes, Jawbreaking USA. Yeah. So Jawbreakers were huge, and I think they were more sour, if I remember rightly, at least over here. You need to have a Britishism video. Yeah, right. Do you guys, I know Mythical Meter, you're in Canada. Do you have the term gob for mouth? Gob? I never knew that gob was before, though. I have had gobstoppers. Okay, okay. Yeah, so your gob, this is your mouth is your gob. I remember gobstoppers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, I'm a big kid again right now. The only problem with that is that we have so many different terms depending on where you're from. Right. Jawbreakers. Okay. I remember my grandmother making fudge. So, does anyone remember? Maybe they weren't gobstoppers. Maybe they were something else. Or maybe they weren't. I just remember that in a million years, you couldn't crunch down on them unless you wanted to lose your teeth. But gradually, they sort of turned into like a nice toffee or something. making fudge. Beautiful. Yeah, good old fudge. That's true. We have a lot of oddisms in Cape Breton. My granddad had a shed called the doghouse. It smelled like golden Virginia tobacco and grace oil. It's pronounced blancmange. Okay, blancmange. Nikki, do you mean Turkish delights? Yeah, we've had puck in the gob. Puck in the gob. Oh, I got it. Puck is in hockey puck. Puck in the gob. Oh my God, flying saucer. And okay, so this is a thing. I've just read flying saucer, and I can not only can I feel the I don't know how to describe it. Flying saucers were like fragile cardboard. That's what they felt like, at least to me. They were so weak. As soon as they went on your tongue, they were like they started dissolving. But I can taste them as well, the sourness of them. If we're talking about the same thing, the little flying saucer thing, Parma violets. Okay, nice. Pink pudding made in jelly molds. Oh, just reading pink pudding as well made me think of the pink pudding you used to have in primary school dinners. The pink pudding. No, puck as in a punch. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. We don't have that. At least I'm not aware of puck being a term for punch here. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Flying saucers are still my favorite penny sweets. I never liked them very much, to be honest with you. Communion wafer, yeah, yeah, yeah. Edible rice paper with sherbet inside. Oh, is that what they were made of? Rice paper. That makes sense. Flumps. Those penny sweet marshmallows that were sops so sickly you could hardly eat them. Pink custard, yeah. Oh man. Do you know what? I just had like the potato smiley faces as well. I'm thinking of like school dinners now, and you'd always have like a moist. I'm gonna say it. I said it. I said it on stream. Sorry, like a moist potato smiley face, and school dinner fish fingers. Oh man, wow, nostalgic, right? This has been a nostalgic second half of the stream. I love it. Mint custard with chocolate sponge cake. At school, we used to call it pigeon pie. I don't think I had that. Mint custard, that sounds nice. With chocolate sponge cake. I don't think I ever had that. That sounds nice. Was it tasty? I suppose if it's a school dinner, it probably wasn't. Especially if you called it pigeon pie, maybe not. But it sounds nice. Panda Pops. Sunny D. Oh, I just tasted Sunny D. Oh, is that still going? Probably not. I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I randomly stumbled across some Sunny D out of nowhere. Yes, Sunny D. Oh, you guys are making me sad and nostalgic. I want to be a kid again more than anything. I suppose we probably all do, really. We had a strange mix of English, Gaelic, Scot and Irish, French, and illiteracy of my parents' age and older. Okay. We had a. Are we talking about slang? I guess we're talking about slang. We had a strange mix of English, Gaelic, Scot and Irish, French, and illiteracy of my parents' age and older. I can't get my head around Cockney slang most of the time. I don't understand. Does anyone, Nikki, you must know this, but anyone else as well? Does anyone know how Cockney slang came about? Why didn't they just use the actual words for things? I get so confused. I used to work with a Cockney and he used to use Cockney slang and I had no idea what he was talking about. Smiley faces and turkey dinosaurs. Yeah, I used to have dinosaur ham. It was like ham with turkey ham. It was like pork ham on the outside with turkey ham as a dinosaur, right? And you also had Billy Bear ham. I don't know if that was literally what it was called, Billy Bear ham. That's what my mum used to call it. Billy Bear Ham. Hi, Renee. Welcome to the live stream. You've joined us in a fit of nostalgia. We've been talking about memory in poetry, and now we're all just like throwing it back to our childhoods and just enjoying a good bit of nostalgia. Hi, Chu. Welcome to the live stream. I don't believe we've, or Shu. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, but welcome to the live stream. I don't believe we've had you in a live stream before, so always good to see a new face. Welcome, welcome. Flumps, oh my, thank you. This is my first time knowing the word flumps. Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like a flumps sounds like a Fantastic Beasts or something, doesn't it? Flumps. Yeah, it is, but they've done a Tizer on it and removed everything that made it great. Ah, that sounds about right. I've heard Sunny D advertised on UB TV in recent years. Nice, nice. BN do 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 do. BN do 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 do. BN do 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 do. Do you remember BNBNs or BNs, whatever they were called? They were like little biscuits. I don't know if everyone had those or if they were just a UK thing. We enjoyed chocolate bats like cherry blossom. Four flavors. Oh, Henry. Chocolate bats. Nice. Nice. I don't think I had chocolate bats. We did have Freddos. We did have Freddos. Sigh bars. Oh, oh, okay. Chocolate bars like cherry blossom, four flavors. Oh, Henry, got you, got you, got you. Thank you, mythical meter. Sorry. Cockney rhyme in slang was invented to confuse and invade the police. Thank you, Nikki. I knew you'd have the answer. Sorry, I haven't been on much lately. I'm getting ready to move. Well, is in a month. Oh wow, okay. Good luck with your move, and don't worry about it, Renee. Don't worry. I'm just glad that you made it to this one. We are painting and fixing up things and planting plants and trying to put our own stamp on it. That's amazing. Well, good luck with all of that. Don't worry about it. Welcome to the fun. Glad you're here. Hello, criminals created Cockney rhyme in slang. Thank you, Danny. Sounds like fun. Don't know BNs. They were like so they were like two biscuits. From what I remember, they were in the shape of a face. From what I remember, and you could get like chocolate filling or cream filling. I just made me think of custard creams then. Talking about texture and taste, custard creams probably would take me back to a few places. Makes me want to create some food ideas from poetry tools, alliterative names, and such. Yes, yes. I wouldn't be surprised if I logged into the Poetry Cove tomorrow and saw a couple of. Maybe I'll make that the prompt. Maybe I'll make nostalgia or memory the prompt for tomorrow's GloPoRimo. A guy in my old writing group had a relative who was part of the police force hunting Jack the Ripper. He wrote a novel of his time in the force and mentioned how they figured out rhyming slang. A guy in my old writing group had a relative who was part of the police force hunting Jack the Ripper. Wow, that's a cool connection to have. He wrote a novel of his time in the force and mentioned how they figured out rhyming slang. That's cool. I don't think I've got any cool like connections to big things. Thank you so much for the very warm welcome, everyone. We are very happy to have you. It's always great to see a new face in here. And the people in the chat are a great bunch. So I'm sure that you will make some friends. It was adopted by market traders and became common tongue after. Got you. Okay, okay. Biennes, is that a pastry? No, it was like a biscuit. It was more the letters B, N. Would I get a copyright strike if I put on one of their adverts? But on their adverts, it was always the tune was like BNBN do 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 BNBN do 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 do. They still sell those in my village, cost cutters, they're still around? Or is it B? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's the letters BN. I can see the face on the cracker though. Yes, BN commercial. Commercial, what we're going, 90s. Yeah, so there's the face, guys. That's the face. Oh, 2000, okay. I'm hoping you can hear this. Yummy chocolate flavored BN. Oh my goodness. Such a fun smell. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was an elderly chap and had his grandfather's memoirs from the time. I was so jealous. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. They look cute, eh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to love them. Oh man. Good times. Good times. Good times. You know, one for me, just kind of changing the sense, I guess, back to a strong one for me and for a couple of people in the chat as well is the sound sense, hearing. If I hear the soundtrack, and you guys don't judge me from this, okay? Don't judge me. If I hear the soundtrack for Hook, particularly Flight to Neverland, like I will tear up. I will get shivers and I will tear up. That was my childhood right there. It just takes me back to a time when things were so much easier and just fun. That's my happy place. Harry Potter's my happy place too. I know I've said that on the stream, but like if I really want to be taken back to being as a child, like I can feel myself tearing up just thinking about it. Flight to Neverland. Flight to Neverland from Hook. I'll put it on. No, I won't put it on because then I'll get all fucking emotional, especially after the weekend I've had. They look cute, eh? Hula hoops. Hula hoops. I haven't even thought about hula hoops for I don't know how long. Hula hoops. The crunch of them and yes, hula hoops, ready salted, just put me on a coach on a school trip. Just took me back to a coach on a school trip to go and look at some Roman stuff. Wow, yeah, hula hoops. I'd put them around my finger and then crunch them on my finger, and so many times I'd bite my finger, like a little child would do, I guess. Be around forever, yes. Speaking of interesting blokes you've met, years ago I met, oh, okay, OJ Simpson in a work thing before his other stuff happened. Oh, work thing. I'm curious about the work thing now. Fair enough. Yeah, he just passed, didn't he? Didn't he? Yeah, he did. He did. He did. 75, I think he was. Yes, there you go. Yeah. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Now, I recognize that name, but I don't know what it is. I don't think I know what it is. Pom Bears. Dashing hula hoops on your fingers, thinking the ladies wouldn't see. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I just thought it was fun to wear them as rings and then bite them off. Pom Bears. Danny and Mitch Pom Bears. If you didn't put them on your finger, then you are a criminal. Guys, why are you taking me down nostalgia lane tonight? Oh my goodness. I just meant at work an assignment came up where I had to connect with him for a fundraiser. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Fair enough. They're little beer crisps. Oh, bear crisps. Google them. Oh, wait. I think I know. Pom bears. If they're the crisps I'm thinking of, they're like massively addictive. As in, like, you can't just have one. You Pom bears. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about now. Pom bears. Pom bears. Yes. Yes. Pom bears are, as I say, addictive. You can't just have one, or at least I can't. On a bag of ready salted Pom bear crisps, I cannot have just one. I will have to have the whole like pack. They are beautiful. Just a quick reminder, guys. Next Sunday, we won't have a stream because I'll be at a Kingston open mic, but I will try and figure out a day to go live some other day. Maybe the Saturday, actually. Maybe we'll do it Saturday instead of the Sunday. That makes the most sense, right? Oh my God, Nightbot, calm down, boy. I'm gonna have to try and space all of that out. Bear paws cookies and a molasses cookie. I think Nightbot feels left out. He went to sleep for a little while and suddenly woke up and was like, oh, what? Oh, paste, 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 paste. Geez, all your goodies have fun names. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bear paws. This is... Oh man. All right, we're gonna make tomorrow's prompt about sensory, I think. It'll be something to do with sensory and memory. Nerds. Is I'm gonna hope and assume that nerds is a confectionery. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Someone said I love nerds. I thought Nikki was just like calling us a bunch of nerds. Nightbot has gone back to sleep. What was today's prompt about? Today's prompt. What was today's prompt? For Easter, I got jelly beans covered in nerds. They were so good. Nerds. I don't think I've heard of nerds. Oh my God, I'm clearly, yeah, he took a while to put that. I thought that would be like instant. It's like a hard sugar candy. Nerds. I don't think I've come across nerds before. Today's prompt. What was today's prompt? Space. Space, I believe. Space. Not like, well, it can be whatever you want it to be. Not like space as in galaxy space, but space, absence. Nikki busted. It's like a hard sugar candy. Those little sour sweet things. I don't think I've ever had them. I can't think of them. Oh, do you guys remember that? So this was in secondary school. So this was more when I was a teenager. Toxic waste. Oh my God. Sour. Before there was Freddo, there was Taz. Yes. Yes, I think it's Taz that I remember, not Freddo. I think it's Taz that I remember in school. I'm poking the bear. Nightbot and Nikki. We're going to see a character development here where Nightbot and Nikki kind of combine forces and become either an evil villain pair or like a hero pairing. Oh, Deadpool 3 comes out next month, guys. I'm so excited. I stand by my right to speak in shouty capitals. Rabbit droppings, chocolate coated raisins. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fizzwy. Fizzwy. I love getting bottle caps also. I don't think, did I ever have bottle caps? I've definitely heard of them before, but I don't think I've ever had bottle caps. When I was at school, everyone would have those aniseed balls. Aniseed balls? They would get them from the local market in nondescript bags. The smell still makes me feel ill. I don't know what they are. Aniseed balls. I'm not sure what they are. On my phone now. Toxic waste candy near you. Yes. They listen, if you like sour, toxic waste was sour. Oh God. People loved them. I found them revolting. The ultimate hate to love story. There you go. Has anyone seen Fallout on Amazon? I have not yet. No, that's based on the game, right? I haven't played the game either, so but is that out now? The only thing I remember when I was a child was BB Bats, Gold Rush bubblegum, and Smarties. Smarties, yes. I'll tell you what's really good are the nerd clusters. They're crunchy, sour, and sweet. Do you remember Pogs? Pogs. Again, that rings a bell as well. Fizz with sherbet fountain, them sour spray things. Them sour, what that you sprayed on your mouth? I'm not sure. I love how we've spent a good part of 20 minutes just reminiscing on childhood sweets. I love it. Sambuca and absinthe. Oh, my head went. So I literally just said like childhood, childhood sweets, and then I saw MP Hunt's Sambuca and absinthe, and I just thought, oh, that was your childhood sweet, Sambuca and absinthe. No, sorry, I'll continue reading that. Sambuca and absinthe both taste of aniseed. Oh, okay. If you ever tried those in your drinking days, yes, 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 yes. I had plenty of crazy nights in Camden on the old absinthe, and they used to set it on fire and stuff. Yes, Sambuca. Yes. Okay. Aniseed. So what are they? Are they like sweets? Aniseed like sweets, or I've never played the game, but the show was really good. Okay, cool. I might check that out. Is that on Amazon Prime? I guess. Yeah. Hopefully, it's free to watch. I don't agree with paying for Prime and then still having to pay for certain films and stuff. Maybe I spent too long on Netflix, but Warheads are the super sour candy I remember. Probably Warheads. I don't think I've tried them either. Those sherbet straws, both the massive meter long ones and the little neon colored dudes. I don't know. Everyone's now we're sour shots. Now we're moving on to the adult now we're moving on to the adult candy. Sour shots, yes. Yeah. I remember those. They're not too strong though, actually. I think I had a whole bottle of apple sours in one night, like as pre-drink. I never played the game, but the show was really good. Yeah, yeah. Did I? I feel like I missed something. I'll tell you what's really good are the nerd clusters. They're crunchy, sour, and sweet. I feel like I missed someone's message there. I remember making a mental note to get back to something. The spray things. Yeah, I don't think I ever had them. Oh my god, those sherbet straws had one hell of a childhood. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife makes really good anise or anisi cookies. Yeah, they were my childhood sweets. Explains a lot. aniseed sweets were hard-boiled sweets. Oh, okay. But it tastes a bit like medicine. Got you. Okay, but not as good as Calpol, I'm afraid. Ah, okay. I think I've got a pretty good mental image of those now. Maybe I did have them once or twice. I remember having they were like mints. I think we've spoken about them on the stream before, actually. Having them as sweets, the sort of round mints, and you used to get them in a green pack, and there was a blue pack, a spearmint pack, and just a mint pack, I guess. Sounds like something my son used to like called Warheads. Okay, I've got to bounce. Yeah, we're gonna close the stream. Not too not too in a minute anyway. But no worries. Thank you for coming, Doreen, off to the candy shop, actually to grocery. Have a great week, everyone. You're all delightful. You too, Doreen. Thank you so much for being here. Wax lips, cherry lips. Yes, I remember these. Foam bananas. Yes. Blackjacks. Yep. Rhubarb and custard. Yes, yes, yes. I remember the wax lips. Yep. Licorice and fennel flavors. Notice how so many of us have sherbet in our memories, aka dyed and flavored sugar. No wonder we were a nation of little shits. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, great, great. Yeah. It was those lollipops that Nikki brought up earlier that really kind of triggered me as well. In a good way. In a good way. Fantastic. Oh, what were those? Those sweets. There was sweets here in the UK at least, and like their mascot was a green dinosaur. Chewits? Is it Chewits? Possibly Chewits. Remember Chewits? Man, good times. It's almost like Perno. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Strong stuff, that. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we will end it a little bit early. 8 minutes early. That's fine. Thank you so much for joining us for conversing with poets tonight. I think we had a very good stream. Part one was actually a very good discussion about the different roles memory plays within poetry. And part two was just one great big stroll down memory lane. So it fits in very nicely. Chewits, yeah, yeah, I remember Chewits. Yeah, Chewits had the dinosaur. They did adverts where it was basically Godzilla. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Opal Fruits before they renamed them to Starburst. Yeah. Not the same as they used to be, but still about fantastic. Yeah. I would imagine most sweets probably, I don't know, because I'm not a big sweet person anymore. But I would imagine with all the rules and regulations and health and stuff, sweets are probably a bit dead now. Maybe not. I don't know with all the artificial crap going around, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really enjoyed tonight. I think tonight was a good stream. I did miss you guys. As I say, I was about to just randomly go live yesterday because I just wanted to hang out with you all. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button and please do leave a comment if you're watching this on playback. I will do my best to get back to you within 24 hours. But I do check back every so often. So do leave a comment. Thank you so much for those hearts. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being an awesome bunch in the chat as always. And I will see, remember, next week I'll see you on Saturday. Look at all those hearts. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you Saturday instead of Sunday because I'll be at an open mic on Sunday. So thank you so much, you wonderful, wonderful lot, and have a good week. And if you're on the Cove, I'll see you on the Cove. If not, I'll see you in the comment section of Tuesday's video. Good night, guys.